Okay, team, let's talk about tip number 2 in this general racecraft strategy. I'm going to do a more specific one for the group next week as we get into challenge 3. This is the concept of knowing when to execute. And it's the second biggest mistake I see newer or more inexperienced riders make. And again, this is more for a mass start of a gravel or a road race, but this does apply to mountain bike also. Here's what happens. You get a couple minutes into the race, you're mixing it up, you don't feel bad, and you're like, I'm excited and I'm going for it. And you tear open your jersey and you've got that big Superman S on your chest and away you go. And you're going to win the race in one dynamic winning move. And that lasts for about 5 minutes. Everybody catches you, you get spit out the back, maybe you hang on, and it doesn't play out the way you want it to. Hero moves are rarely successful if the dynamics of the pack and how much more energy efficient they are really make that hero move difficult. So I'm going to give you a concept I want you to think about. And this is a concept. Just start considering it when you think about your execution of race strategy or execution of how are you going to win this race. I call it the rule of 3. And here's the rule. Narrow the odds, win the race. So I'm going to say my rule of 3 again. Narrow the odds, win the race. Now, I'm using this as an example of 3. It might be 4. It might even be 5. It's rarely more than that. But let's call it the rule of 3 because it's a concept I want you to have in your head. When you execute a move, don't make it the hero move, right? Start to think more tactically over time, which is strategy. So let's say you're in a peloton of 20 people, and I'm just using 20 as a nice round number, and you're going up a small hill and you're feeling pretty good. Maybe try to push that pace and drop 2 or 3 out of the group. Let's say you're observing, you're sitting in your group and you see 2 or 3 people at the back struggling and you see that little hill coming. That might be a place to execute the first step, narrow the odds. Because if I'm in a group of 20, I have a 1 in 20 chance of winning. If I can spit 3 out the back and out of my group up that hill for a hard push, but not a hero move push, now I'm 1 in 17. And then maybe there's another section where there's a lull and some people are going fast or some people have accidentally sort of dropped themselves off the back. And you're like, wow, I can get rid of 7 people right now. So you hit the gas and give a good little, again, not a hero move, just a stronger move. And you drop a couple of people off the back. Now you have a chance of 1 in 10 in winning. Then as that group gets closer to the finish line, depending if you're a sprinter or a long break artist or whatever it is, then make your winning move. So remember the rule of 3, narrow the odds, win the race. Hope that helps. Talk to you soon.